Another measure of central tendency is what we call the mode. The mode is the score that appears most often in the data set. The score that appears most often in the data set. The score that appears most often in the data set. For example, if we have this data set, if we have the data set we can see that the score that appears most often in this data set would be 2. Therefore, the mode for this data set is 2. And once again, the mode is a measure of central tendency. We're finding out where most of the scores are when we find the mode. And this is the number that we're using to describe the data set. We can say that the average score is 2, and we can be talking about the mode when we say the average score. So the mode is a measure of central tendency. Let's look at another example of the mode. Let's say we have this data set. We have those scores in our data set. Now, if we look at this data set, we see that we have 3 2s and we also have 3 6s, or 3 6s, excuse me. In this case, we have 2 modes. 2 is a mode, and also 6 is a mode. So you can see one of the problems that we have with using the mode as a measure of central tendency. You could actually end up with 2 different modes. Now, another shortcoming of using the mode and the median also is that when you talk about that measure of central tendency, or that average, you're only taking into consideration one number. You're only taking into consideration the number that is the mode, as in this case, or the number that is the median. You're not even considering all those other numbers. For example, I could very well have another data set similar to this data set here. I could have a data set with the numbers 0, 2, 2, 2, 850, 1006, 900, or 9,000 rather, 800. I could have that data set. And the mode of this data set here would be 2. And the mode of this data set here was also 2. But are these data sets really similar? Are they really similar? I would think not. But they have the same modes. So you see how misleading the mode could be. And the same thing with the median. The median can be very misleading. I could have 2 data sets that are very different, and they could have the same median. For example, I could have this data set then I can have this data set. I can have those two data sets. For the first data set, the median of the first data set is equal to 5. That's the middle number. That's the measure of central tendency. The median of the second data set is also 5. That is the center. That's the measure of central tendency. But if you look at the two data sets, they are very different. But if I use the median as an average, I can use the median to describe each data set. This points out another problem that we have if we decide to use median.